All right, everybody, let's get everything ready together for a good show. We got the cameras together, lights. Do we have the lights on? Lights are good. Okay, is the chimp ready? The chimp's not going to be needed till the third act. We want to make sure the chimp is ready. Can someone please go fix my typing whenever I comment on there? I misspelled only. I'm an idiot. Someone fix that for me in post. Can we get that ready to go? Go ahead, run the intro. What's up, everybody? This is Peter McKinnon's opening, and I'm going to use it tonight for a tagline. If y'all don't know who he is, he's an awesome YouTuber, but we are the Cinefanatics. My name's Robert Adams. You're still muted. There you go.
Why? Is the thing decides to unmute me, and then it doesn't decide to unmute me?
Every week.
No. It has done this before, where once the video is done playing, I am unmuted.
Yeah.
It has done that for me before. I am used to that. That is why I don't touch the mute. I'm Chris Adams, by the way.
Oh, glad we finally got that covered 30 minutes into the stream. Yeah, we are the Cinefanatics. We're here to talk about movie news and all kinds of other fun movie type stuff. It's the show where the tagline's the title and the Robert is kind of out of it for a little bit. But we're going to try to wrestle this into a fine production for you folks tonight. So yeah, that's exactly what I feel like I'm doing over here. So, y'all know how this is. Thank y'all for being here. I do see AJ Lancaster in the chat saying that he's listening on his commute. Well, thank you for dropping by, AJ. Those of y'all watching live, y'all know how this works. YouTube things, streamlabs.com/cinefanatics. You got any questions, comments? If you still want to harass us about our picks for the marquee from this past Saturday, we'll probably talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, that's a good place to do that at. Do a John Campion, throw money in there, or I think he did the super chat, so we'll see his money like in 6 months or something, maybe
2 years when we finally get a payout from Google.
Anyways, speaking of which, payouts and stuff, there is patreon.com/cinefanatics. That's the link that's up here somewhere. It's also clickable somewhere, I think, maybe. Hop on Patreon if you have the means to support us and you feel like that you need to. That would be great. Hop on there. Any tier level that you can afford would be fantastic. Come help support us. Yeah, I think that got the point across pretty nicely. Yeah. Anyways, patreon.com.
Come help us. He needs help.
I need help tonight. I have not been feeling well for like the past week now. It's not like necessarily a sickness. It's more of I just always feel like did you ever see the first Austin Powers where he's on the steamroller and he rolls over Michael McDonald? You know, that's the only person I think that has been killed by both Michael Myers, both Mike Myers and Michael Myers, because he was in Halloween Kills.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So he's been killed by both Mike Myers.
But welcome to Cinefanatics, where you get this handy little tidbit of information to jumpstart your day at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Anyways, that's what I feel like. I feel like I've been run over by that steamroller, and now here I am on camera, still alive somehow, talking to people on the internet. I guess that's how that works.
They allowed you.
They allowed me. No, they didn't allow me. StreamYard says, "Oh, you're giving us money. We'll let you stream from our platform," and here we are.
Oh,
it's amazing what you can do with money. Anyways, anyway, that's all out of the way. Upcoming shows and stuff we need to talk about real quick. After this show, hopefully I'm feeling better. A little more lively. I'm going to hop over to a fan's view, doing a fan's view of film favorites tonight. We are watching Gremlins, continuing this Christmas in July theme that they have going on. And just like, I don't necessarily think of Gremlins as a Christmas movie, but I also don't feel like it's one that I need to argue or defend. Not like how everyone fights tooth and nail on whether Die Hard is or isn't a Christmas movie.
Well,
I don't feel one way or another about Gremlins. I understand that I think it is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard, just because
I was gonna say, what are the last 2 movies y'all watched on the Christmas in July run through?
Die Hard and
Lethal Weapon. This is the one that you don't think is a Christmas movie, also?
No, I'm not saying that I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I'm saying I don't really associate it with being a Christmas movie or not being a Christmas movie. I don't argue about this one. Like, obviously, we've seen, if y'all watched Fans View of Film Favorites last week, watching Die Hard, I can argue about Die Hard whether it merits being a Christmas movie or not a Christmas movie. I don't think anything of Gremlins. I believe it probably is a Christmas movie, but I mean, I don't care to argue it. So, but yeah, it's also been a long time, so I just don't readily remember. I think Gizmo's like a Christmas gift, but that's about it. So we'll see. Come watch that with us tonight over there, and we'll determine if it is actually a Christmas movie. I'm pretty sure it is. So
you don't readily remember your breakfast this morning?
I do remember my breakfast this morning because I make breakfast tacos on my day off, and I make damn good breakfast tacos. I switched out the onions for shallots this morning. Oh, that was a pro move right there. Anyways, this isn't Food Fanatics. This is Cine Fanatics. So moving on. Let's talk about the marquee real quick. So this past Saturday was our second marquee for the MCU, this like little MCU tournament that we're doing with the marquee. We got some interesting picks on there. Some places, some of these movies and shows landed in places I wasn't expecting. And apparently, according to the internet, no one was.
This is the tea. It's the tea right here. We're sipping the tea, spilling it.
Oh, don't spill it. You got your computer right in front of you. Your equipment is expensive enough as is, and we don't have money to fix it. Or we would have money if streamlabs.com/cinefanatics.
Nice. Look, I think I spilled enough during the marquee when I got a little overzealous blowing out a candle.
And the wax all over the place.
There's still wax on my glasses, by the way. I need to take a toothpick to them and dig it out.
So yeah, you went to go blow out this candle after it had been burning for like an hour or so. So like the whole like jar was all melted wax. You just blew wax everywhere.
Yep. I got the ice scraper from my car to scrape the ice off windows. I brought it up here and scraped the wax off the shelf back there.
We live in Austin, Texas. You have more use of that being a wax scraper than you do an ice scraper.
Well, given our history with candles in this apartment, yes.
Oh yeah. It is. So here in Austin, Texas, it's shortly after 8:15 in the evening. It is still like 105 degrees outside. So welcome to Texas, y'all. Freaking hot. Anyways,
so the marquee
was good. I enjoyed it. I thought we had some really good discussion. It was our first time being able to work with Moose Haas and Commentating Nerd on camera. And they were both fantastic. We also got Moose's cousin Ryan, who is joining us. Didn't get a chance to meet him beforehand or whatever, but he added really good commentary to that as well. So I'm really happy with that production, especially because I actually think that might be like our most watched marquee. Within the span of like half a week, it's already like surpassed the views of all the other marquees that we've made.
Yeah, no, within like the first 2 days, it passed up like
all the other marquees.
It's like you create something that causes a bunch of drama on Twitter. You produce the image and everybody wants to go over it. And then they actually finally do go click and watch your video so they can hear your reasoning for why you put things in those tiers. Thank you to everybody who decided to actually do that. Now you actually can hear and understand what our thought processes were.
I feel like that's where we need like that roll safe gif. Like that's the idea.
We're not just haphazardly throwing things into the image and then putting it out on Twitter going, hey, here's where everything lands for some reason.
Anyways, so here's where we stand on this. So the first one we did at the beginning of this month was for all the MCU movies, like from 2008, starting with Iron Man through 2017. I think we ended with
Ragnarok.
And then we started this past Saturday, started 2018 with Black Panther and ran all the way to current, meaning we also included Thor, Love and Thunder and Miss Marvel because we were including the Disney Plus shows.
Yep.
The winners of both of those, or not necessarily the winners, the S, A, and B tier from both of those marquees are now moving on to the finale, which is going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 30th. We are going to be tier ranking all of those. So that's another like 20 movies and TV shows. Sure, some of them were in S, some of them were in A, some of them were in B. But we're going to be ranking these again. These are the finals to see what is the upper epitome of S tier MCU. We have a couple of new special guests that haven't been on the previous two that I think we'll probably announce. I mean, we could announce them now. I don't have a thumbnail or anything to show off, but
next week.
Do it next week. Okay. You're gonna like who we've got on this, because I'll give a teaser. One is a big supporter of us, one of the biggest supporters, I guess, out of all of our. I don't know. I don't want to like sit here and rank all of our supporters. I don't mean to make it sound like
it's a big supporter of us.
It's a big supporter of us, just like Nerd and Garth McMurray were previously. So we have another supporter, and then we also got someone who liked to dabble in like inner geekdom type of matches, like if there was a movie trivia show and they focus specifically on inner geekdom, this would be someone that would want to play in that.
They've been known.
Yeah. Also someone who we have not worked with on camera. So this is going to be a first. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm eager.
And are we doing 4 or 5?
What do you mean?
Individuals on screen counting ourselves.
4 total.
4 total. Okay.
Yeah, so you in the 2 guests.
Just making sure. Okay.
So Garth is hitting the nail on the head like this. Those high tier movies, some of them are going to be going into D and F. This is where it's going to be fun, because when we post the results the next day, everyone's going to be like, "The hell? Why is Infinity War in D tier? That's not a D tier movie." Well, context. When we're ranking all the rest of them, I'm pretty sure Infinity War is not going to be D.
Just an example, y'all. Infinity War is probably going to be in the S tier. Just an example.
It's probably still going to be S or A, but yeah, like some of these are going to have to go F. You're going to have, this is the upper epitome or whatever, the top echelon of MCU movies, and yeah, something's got to be an F. So this is going to be a lot of fun conversation with that. So,
but what we need to do is also make sure that we're telling everybody, but below the F tier is literally every other Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So they can kind of get a range, like, okay, so you're not really doing like this is actually a terrible movie tier list. No. Literally every other Marvel movie is tiers G through Z.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So Garth is saying if Winter Soldier ends up in F, he's canceling his Patreon. Where's Winter Soldier at in our results already?
Garth, I'm gonna go ahead and
Winter
let you
Soldier
know.
was the top of S tier.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. Be prepared to pay for your Patreon next month.
Yeah, that's. I have a very strong suspicion it's the top of S tier from that. It's not going in F
because we're putting it in D. Ha! You only said F. Joke's on you.
So yeah, something's got to go in F. So this is going to be interesting to see where these wind up at. So that's next Saturday, the 30th, not this coming Saturday. Saturday the 30th, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. So come for the damage, stay for the chaos. Watch Twitter for all the heckling, I guess.
Also cake.
And cake. Cake is good. I like cake. Can we have cake?
It might be a lie.
Oh, we'll see. Personal. Last week we didn't really do too much as far as talking about us personally, because we felt really empowered or encouraged to compliment our supporters, which we still kind of feel. We still feel the same way. I don't know why I threw a kinda in there.
Because your mouth gets ahead of your brain.
That happens a lot. Those of y'all who watch and know me, that's exactly how I am. I do that with my customers too. I'm like, yeah, so you should see that refund. And the customer's like, why are you saying should? I'm like, it's gonna be in there. I'm saying should because it's a machine and I don't have any control over it. So just sit back, relax, and it'll be there. If not, call us back. I don't care. Anyways, how have you been, Chris?
I'm okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted me to go longer so you could take a drink?
Yes, please. That would be fantastic. Thank you.
I've been okay. There you go.
Well done, sir. Perfect vamping for time there.
I'm a pro.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've been ran over by Michael Myers or whatever it was that Michael McDonald got done to him. So Luckily, I just chugged like about half an energy drink right before we went live, and I feel like it's now kicking in. So I'm pretty good so far.
Yes.
So I feel like I can handle running a live stream show. We should do a live stream show tonight.
It's your 8th energy drink today. You're going to die.
It's the other half of the one that I started this morning.
Oh.
Anyways. Yeah, so doing pretty well. So I want to transition into movies that we've watched. I actually kind of want to. So this is something personal that I've been doing lately. I see Lego is in the chat, and I got to compliment Lego on something here. Was it last week for a fan's view? Lego was talking about there is a documentary on Shudder where it's talking about 80s horror movies. And so I've watched both of them now. They're like 4 hours a piece. I've watched both of those documentaries now. Apparently there's a third one that's going to be coming out pretty soon. But I watched them trying to get new ideas or new recommendations. And man, there's some good looking 80s horror movies that I know my brother is never going to watch. But I've been enjoying the hell out of these. So some of these that I've taken on, that's In Search of Darkness Part 1 and 2. So I watched The Beyond, which was really silly and funny, but it was good. Pet Cemetery 2 wasn't on there, but I just watched that just because I heard it was like all kinds of like batch crazy, which it was. So if you like Pet Cemetery 1, but you wanted a little crazier, Pet Cemetery 2 is definitely right up your alley. I almost feel like I kind of like the second one more than the first one just because of how crazier it is. And then I watched Vamp, which was also in that In Search of Darkness. So Vamp was a really good cheesy like stripper vampire, kind of like the precursor to From Dusk Till Dawn with Grace Jones. So it's really weird. And then I saw Bibiani was recommending on Twitter Death Spa, which is exactly as dumb as it sounds. It's a killer gym spa type of thing. So watch that, and that was super delightful and cheesy and corny. So yeah, if y'all are wanting to see like good 80s horror movies, I do recommend that In Search of Darkness Part 1, Part 2, or I believe Lego actually has a list on her Letterboxd account of all the movies that they talk about. If you just don't have time to watch like 2 4.5 hour long documentaries, just look up her list and you'll see what movies they talk about and just start going through those. So I'm about halfway through that entire list anyway, so got a lot to still watch. So yeah, other than that, I've been really happy with that. I still need to go and watch like regular movies though, like because we pointed out, what was it the other night? I think it was for the marquee. I haven't seen Ghost. I need to watch Ghost. Just never got around to it.
You and your lack of Patrick Swayze.
Hey, I watched Roadhouse like probably about 1.5 years ago, and that was really good. I liked Roadhouse.
I have a lack of Patrick Swayze.
Mm-hmm. What Patrick Swayze movies have you watched?
What Patrick Swayze movies haven't I? Well, have I watched is probably the good question, actually. I don't know, off the top of my head. You can check out my Letterboxd and go through the entire list of movies.
Just look that up, yeah.
Always be plugging.
Always be plugging.
Hey.
Anyways, so I think that's it for regular stuff. Do we want to go ahead and get into some movie news?
That's the thing we do.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is what's happening in your world tonight.
We apologize for the interruption.
Back to you.
I'm gonna start putting on like a fake mustache when I do the box office, so I could be like a big time news anchor. Like, here's reporting the box office news. And yes, I understand that there is something already growing over my lip. I would probably still put the fake mustache over that.
You do like, was it Ryan George? He does that on his videos.
Exactly. All right, so your box office today. All right, so here's what we're looking at, y'all. We've got a top 10.
That's always funny.
Yes. we got a top 10. We got a top 10 here. As we have had a top 10 for a while now, since the pandemic finally is still going on, sort of. I thought I was gonna say ended, didn't you? So number one in the box office this week is Thor: Love and Thunder, which grossed another $46.5 million. That's not surprising to anybody at all whatsoever, because there wasn't a whole lot that came out this week.
Because no one else is dumb enough to put a movie up against an MCU movie.
Well, okay, so let me rephrase. There are a couple movies that came out this week.
Oh, people were dumb enough to put a movie up against them. Okay.
But nothing that competes in the summer blockbuster fashion. So that's a 67% drop off though from last week, and that's a sizable drop off, but to be expected. It's no Top Gun Maverick. Number two is the same as last week. Same as last week again. It's Minions: The Rise of Gru. That one made about 26, almost 27 million and had a 41% drop off. So, that's not doing too bad. Number three is the new release, though. That's right. Top Gun Maverick isn't number three.
Ugh.
Surprising. Number three is a new release, though, and it is Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, yeah. This actually looks kind of interesting.
It's getting a lot of positive talk about it that I've heard. So, solid release for a smaller movie when compared, of course, to like summer blockbusters and stuff. It was a solid 17 million take for its first weekend. Number four is Top Gun Maverick. It didn't stray too far. Number four is Top Gun Maverick. Another 12 million there. It's been out for 8 weeks now, so that thing's cranking. The fact that it's been out for 8 weeks and it's still at number four is pretty good. Number five is Elvis. Number six is a new release, Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank. So it's that Michael Cera led animated kung fu whatever movie. Looks interesting. Number seven is The Black Phone. Number 8 is Jurassic World Dominion, which I love. Okay, hold on. I love this first thing there. Top Gun Maverick came out before Jurassic World Dominion by like 2 weeks. Top Gun Maverick's at number 4, and Jurassic World fell all the way to number 8.
I'm actually surprised Jurassic World is still in there.
Who knew in 2022 a Top Gun movie would be surpassing a Jurassic Park movie? Interesting. Number 9 is Miss Harris Goes to Paris.
Just sounds
a new
fun
release.
to say.
Miss Harris Goes to Paris. And then number 10 is Lightyear. So back out of the top 10 is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On at number 11. And of course, Everything Everywhere All at Once, as we see it, has dropped down to number 12 and is slowly making its way out of the top 20.
Apparently, it's going to come back into theaters with an extended cut.
It will be back in the top 10.
Yeah, so it'll probably jump back in. I do like this. Did you know this?
What's up?
So that the original movie, The Magnificent Seven, not the remake, not the Anton Fuqua remake, the original one, the lead character played by Yul Brynner is named Chris Adams.
Oh yeah, the remake, the new one has a character named Chris Pratt.
No, but that's actually pretty fun. I just looked it up when Malcolm posted that. I was like, sure enough, Yul Brynner is playing Chris Adams in that. I need to watch that just because I want to see if they constantly refer to him as Chris Adams, and then of course it's Yul Brynner, so he probably turns around like, yes, like very stern, very straight to the point.
I need to call him a gentleman.
The gentleman Chris Adams.
Yes,
that'd be funny.
Jeremy S. will Nope stop Thor: Love and Thunder? Yes, it will. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Nope will be number 1 next weekend.
The positive reviews on Nope so far are really good. Speaking of which, we are seeing it tomorrow. So be on the lookout for our quick 2-minute or so out of the theater review. It'll be up on Twitter and on this channel. So
what? Chris is seeing Nope? Chris, I'll get out and so yes, Chris is seeing Nope.
Mm-hmm. As far as I can tell so far from the reviews, it doesn't sound like it's as bad as Us. I think Us is probably the worst graphic wise out of the three of them, is what it sounds like. But
grody,
aside from the brain scene and Get Out, but
Garth, if I can remember to do this, I absolutely will.
Elvis has left the building. Yeah,
100%. That's my game right there.
Elvis has left the top 10.
Too bad Obi-Wan wasn't a movie. Otherwise, when it hit the number one in the box office, I would have been, hello there.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff being so stupid, what else do we want to move on to? Garth, turn your speakers down.
And he called it. Guess what's on the Barbie Watch this week? Y'all, have y'all seen this promo for The Gray Man that is, I think, coming to Netflix here in the next day or two? I don't know. Yeah, Gray Man's coming out promo. I just shared it on Twitter earlier today. It features Ryan Gosling kind of counting down all the things that happen in The Gray Man that are worth you watching the movie for. He looked like this. Look at his blonde kid hair. Look at it.
Now this is a movie where he's like he's like a killer or something, and he's talking about like how awesome and badass he is in this movie.
He's a hard ass in this movie, is what he is.
Like this.
Look at the blonde. Look at the hair. It's so bright. Also, yes, I did share this specific screenshot from it because he was talking about Jessica Henwick being in the movie, which did actually sell me on the premise of The Gray Man. I will be watching The Gray Man because Jessica Henwick is in it, not because Ryan Gosling is. But look at this. Look at his hair. Look how great it is. Anyway.
You forgot to put down that image before. You were so into that Barbie Watch music.
Isn't anybody?
I mean, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, we know, Malcolm. The point is
no one was saying they aren't.
The point is that his character from The Gray Man is supposed to be like this badass, and he's talking about it while having this kid-looking hair.
I will argue based on sneak set videos and stuff that we've seen, his character from The Gray Man is going to be very different from Ken.
Yeah,
very different. So,
anyways, so moving on to some quick movie news. Actually, some of this should be fairly quick. There was an article talking to Daniel Kaluuya, I guess, because Daniel Kaluuya is going to be in the new Jordan Peele movie Nope. Which we are seeing tomorrow, so be on the lookout for a quick 2-minute review out of the theater.
Maybe don't always be plugging.
You don't have to always be plugging, but just plug when you can. Apparently, Daniel Kaluuya is talking about wanting to make a Barney. Barney Barbie. Like, man, they really do kind of sound a lot alike. He wants to make a Barney movie, and that's not Barney Rubble from the from Flintstones. It's
wait, hold on. Did you say Daniel Kaluuya is making a Barbie movie? A special bonus Barbie watch this week. You just heard this. Daniel Kaluuya is making a Barbie movie. This has been your special bonus Barbie watch. I'm not playing the whole thing again.
Thank God, because Garth hates your guts at this point. He's making a Barney movie. A movie about Barney the dinosaur. That's right. The I love you, you love me, we're all one big family before we all find out what politics are, and then we're divided for the rest of our lives. Lego. Woo-hoo, bonus Barbie watch.
I don't know about that politic thing. I still talk to Mom.
I'm very selective on what I talk about. Anyways, yeah, so he's making a Barney the dinosaur movie, and it was asked why. He said so his quote on this was, "My last number of films have been so aligned to kind of what I stand for as a man, but there are a whole lot of things that I do as a man. I love kids films. How did everyone get into films? Watching kids films. I don't want to restrict myself to the limitations of what I'm perceived as. I don't think that really answered like anything at all whatsoever, but he's gonna make a Barney movie because of that. So
Barney movie. Yeah.
Garth says he left the room.
He's learning. Yeah, so
it was the idea of him. The thing is there's no indication of like what is this actually going to be a kids Barney movie, or are we making a Barney movie for the whole family that may have like some innuendo in it, or is this straight up just Barney like R-rated, much like they did with the there was a Banana Splits movie that was turned into a horror movie, kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's type of feel to it. And that was really weird because it was actually based off a kid's show back in the 60s or 70s or something like that. And then they just made this movie that's just straight up horror, like ripping limbs, bloods, guts, everything. But it's still the same exact Banana Splits from the kids show.
Yeah. Either way, if they go with a more adult version of Barney, we're going to have to do something with BJ's name.
That'd be funny. I also hope they get Selena Gomez to be in it. Why? Since Selena Gomez was one of the kids a long time ago.
Yeah. Cool. That's a fun factoid.
Way to add to the conversation there. Anyways.
I don't know how I feel about this, though. I mean, it's supposed to be a darker, more adult Barney. Like, well, the actual quote that he had was like, it says, "I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. What happens when that's no longer true?" And I'm like, what do you mean that's no longer true?
What part is not true anymore?
What, how, when, and how did that no longer become?
I could have sworn we were still a happy family.
You don't love me anymore? No, okay. I don't know. This is one of those projects where I feel like we hear about it now and either it actually happens and like Jordan Peele produces it for him, or it kind of just quietly goes away and we never hear about it again and we all forget that it was going to happen or wasn't going to happen.
So it's Brisby Bear. It kind of sounds like it might, possibly. If it's got like any kind of darkness to it, it probably would be a lot like Brisby Bear.
So does that mean it's less actual like Barney in the Barney world, or is it more of the when the guy takes the Barney costume off type situation?
I don't know. So have you ever seen like any of the interviews of that guy?
Mm-mm.
The guy who played Barney for the most part? Very nice guy, but I remember like as a kid we were always like making jokes that like whoever's in the Barney costume probably takes off the mask, starts swearing up a storm, lights up a cigarette, and like yells at all these damn kids to get out of his face and stuff, and is probably like having sex with some of like the production workers like in his dressing room or something like that. Like just the complete opposite of what Barney represents.
Hey, Timmy. Hey, Timmy, you know I taught you the power of sharing, right? Come here. I want to let you have a taste of your first beer.
God. But no, the guy who played Barney actually was a very like soft-spoken. He seemed very nice, very genuine, very caring. It is kind of cool. Anyways, yeah, I don't think that's what they're going to do with this movie. But I mean, I'm curious. I would like to see like a more adult take, but maybe still leave it somewhat family friendly. I don't necessarily mean go straight into hard R and all that, but
I would like to see a more adult take of Barney is a sentence I never thought I'd ever say in my entire life.
Well, you actually grew up watching Barney. Like you watched Barney as a kid.
For like a year or two.
Yeah, I was too old for it by the time it came out and was popular, so.
Wait, really? Barney came out when you were... Wait, what? I thought Barney was always around, like Sesame Street.
Mm-mm. No, Barney only really got popular when you were a little kid. When I was a kid, it was Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, Reading Rainbow, 3-2-1 Contact. That was all PBS. Yeah, you haven't even heard of that one.
Okay, old man. Grandpa over here. This 3-2-1 Contact, wearing Walker head ass.
Contact, it's the answer. It's the reason. Yep.
How's those tennis balls doing on the bottom of your walker?
I know they're doing pretty well. They're holding steady.
Yeah, good.
Anyways, moving on. Next topic. Apparently there's an extended cut of Spider-Man No Way Home, which I feel like we've already been like told about before. But it's actually getting a release date. It was announced that it's going to be called the More Fun Stuff version, which whatever that means, and that it will be releasing in the United States on September 1st.
You say whatever that means, but I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. There's more fun stuff in this version.
There's more fun stuff to it. I don't know what that is, but it's more fun stuff. Do you see new stuff? Is it fun? That's it. Do we know what actually is in this?
More of them pointing at each other, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look,
I don't know.
$20.99.
I would expect that there'd be more, some more fun stuff. No, more, just, I don't know. Here's the thing. I get nervous now when Marvel's re-releasing a movie, because didn't they re-release, was it either Infinity War or Endgame? They released one of those, and there was like some like halfway done CGI Hulk trying to save a cat from a burning building or something scene that was added to it. And they're like, this is the whole reason we re-released it. Here's an unfinished scene of Hulk trying to stop a building from burning.
I don't remember this.
Yeah. It was, everyone was like, we came back to the theater for more scenes and this was the scene.
Yeah. I don't remember hearing about this.
Yeah. It was weird. So now I kind of don't know if I trust MCU re-releases necessarily, especially if they're saying there's going to be more scenes in it. Okay, but did you finish the scenes though? And are they relevant to anything? I mean, I understand deleted scenes usually aren't necessarily relevant. That's why they're deleted, but something a little more relevant than Hulk trying to save someone from a burning building.
Anyways, what I found was interesting about this is the list. There was a list, an image that showed like a list of when this movie is going to be available in each country. And so it's available in the US on September, I guess, starting September 1st. And then it's like a day or two before it's going to be released in I think it's like Indonesia or something like that. And the post that I saw on this, someone was like, why is it getting released in Indonesia before the United States? It should be released in the United States first. I was like, what? Why? I was like, what kind of like weird like US gatekeeping thing are we on with this? That's just like strange.
The microphone was a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you don't see me doing that.
Oh, I'm still down. It's fun. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, put your pants back on and calm down.
Why would he need to take his pants off to bitch about when the release dates come out?
Because he...
Oh, I got something to say about this. Give me a second while I remove these shorts.
Because
all right,
pants are off. Is America. Okay.
Pants are off. It's time to go to town on this debate.
He's touching himself thinking about America. That's why.
Wow.
Put your pants back on. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. It was like, well, you understand that not every country releases movies at the same exact time. Typically, in the United States, primarily movies get released on Fridays. Now they actually get released like Thursday afternoons. Sometimes they get released on Wednesdays, depending if there's a holiday weekend. But yeah, that's when movies come out in the US. According to that kind of a release schedule, that's why it's coming out on September 1st. If we were all just willy-nilly about whenever movies get released, then it may come out before it comes out in Indonesia or Argentina or whatever the other country was. It's possible. That may be. But it's not. And it doesn't actually matter. So, moving on to another story that might actually matter. This one made me chuckle.
This one doesn't matter either.
This one was pretty funny.
Okay.
This report that the head of Sony executives are saying that the success of Top Gun Maverick is some of that credit should be given to Venom 2. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Did y'all not see where that connection is? Yeah. Do it again. Cool.
It's a little softer that time.
Yeah. Well, smart. Doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, not a bit.
Here's the explanation. The explanation by the Sony executives were like, well, because of the whole pandemic stuff, no one was wanting to release movies into theaters. So back in October, Sony, took a chance by releasing Venom, Let There Be gas attacks in the middle of their sentence.
Carnage.
Let There Be Carnage into the theater to see how the public responds, and the public went out and saw it. Then we decided to go ahead and also release Ghostbusters Afterlife the following month, and people went out to go see it. Then Sony decided to release Spider-Man No Way Home in December, because throughout October, November, and December, no one else was releasing big tentpole movies. They had all withdrawn their movies due to the pandemic. So because of the success of those 3 movies, that's what led to the success of, we are ready to release Top Gun Maverick to the masses and let them enjoy this movie. First of all, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, decent movie. Nowhere near as bad as Morbius. I also kind of like how they brushed Morbius under the rug on that one. But not great, not a huge success, but also not necessarily a big blockbuster. I guess anyone with half a brain would probably be like, yeah, that's not a big movie. Ghostbusters, pretty big movie. Good. Bringing back an older franchise. Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know how much say-so Sony really had on the release of that movie. I know they had a hand in it, but I think that was also the MCU, Marvel, saying, no, that needs to come out now because we have other things tied around it.
Sony is filled with idiots.
Well, I mean...
Okay, hold on. So we got Venom 2. Venom 2 is the big ushering back in of the blockbuster. Welcome everybody back to the theater. We got Venom 2 for you, coming out to see it. Cool, now you got your Top Gun Mavericks that's going to happen. Did not before Venom 2 come Shang-Chi? Black Widow?
Well, Black Widow was primarily on Disney+.
It still hit back in the theater and people still went to go see it.
But yeah,
what I'm saying
Shang-Chi came out in September.
There's other big blockbuster movies that came out before Venom 2. And you can't claim Venom 2 was the reason Top Gun Maverick. You know what the reason is for Top Gun Maverick? I'll tell you what the reason why people went to go see Top Gun Maverick. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. 1, sequel to Top Gun 30 plus years later. 2, Tom Cruise is still actually a pretty bankable name and action star, despite what the Mummy would have you believe. 3, it's like a legacy sequel of an 80s, a very popular 80s movie. 4, planes in IMAX and big screen, lots of fun. 5, just make up more reasons. Look, it's Top Gun. It's Top Gun Maverick. And that's why people came out to see it. Sony... No, you can't claim. Where's Kevin Feige when you need him to talk to Sony again?
He's over here like,
whoa, take it easy, sweetheart.
Chill. Like, no, it's not Venom 2. Weird hill to die on, Sony. Weird hill to die on. I know you want to promote your movies and stuff. I really know you want to, but geez. I look at them like this.
Welcome to the segment of the show where we click through all the videos and everything we can click on to add humor. This is the part of the show that we do that on. Oh, stop. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
No, this is ridiculous. So it's not Venom 2. If anything, I would give more credit to Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even give any credit to any movie prior to Top Gun. The reason Top Gun sold is because it was supposed to come out for years and people were interested in it. 2, it's Top Gun Maverick, and it was selling based on its name alone and Tom Cruise's passion for it. That's why.
This is one of those times where I know we've seen comments and I've addressed comments like this before where it's like you're sitting there in the audience like I could do better and you're like, oh, you think you can? Hey. Yes, this is one of those times I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could do better than what Sony's doing right now. Just make me an executive and I'll prove to you. Because, I mean, it's not like you have anything else to lose. You're still greenlighting Craven and Madam Web and whatever that other character that no one's ever heard of before. I even forgot its name. But anyways.
Oh, the one that Bad Bunny is playing?
Yeah.
I'm not going to try it because it's a Spanish name. And not going to go there. I'm white.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's Sony in there. I might have to start like a whole new segment. Here's Sony's stupid ideas section.
We have enough segments right now. Wait for Barbie to come out first.
Yeah, it's something like that. Los Muertos, the dead. So
Los Muertos.
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was really stupid. Let's get into something like, as far as we know, pretty intelligent. Let's talk about what's coming up this weekend. This weekend, starting tomorrow, actually, is the first day of San Diego Comic-Con, also known as the super spreader of 2022. I mean, jokes aside, I know I put like a lot of jokes in like the title and description or whatever about, or don't get started already, Chris. About how bad it's potentially going to be, and I'm kind of curious. But realistically, what stuff are we expecting to see and hear? And we can start with like the first one, because I know it's the one that we have the most confirmation of that they're going to be talking about something. Saturday night in Hall H will be the Marvel Studios presentation. My expectations are going to be we're going to get the first trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
that's
so the chatter right now seems to be that Marvel Studios will use Comic-Con to kind of promote more of the movie side of things, and they'll use the Disney one, D23. They'll do that for more of the Disney Plus stuff, more of the TV shows and whatnot. So that seems to be the chatter right now. I don't know if that's that's not really probably a confirmed thing, but I would expect we would see at least a teaser for Wakanda Forever, if not a full-on trailer. Maybe we get a teaser and we see a full-on trailer at D23. Very possible. But I expect to get something for Wakanda Forever at Comic-Con. I will be very surprised if they don't take advantage of the Comic-Con crowd and give us something for that movie, since it's coming out so soon.
Also, from like looking around online, it looks like some people are saying that there may also be a chance of seeing some kind of footage for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Here's the thing, like there's so many more movies coming down the pipeline for Marvel right now. A lot of them are like either done with production or like just about to be in post-production type of situation, that it's very possible we may end up seeing some kind of like a sizzle reel, not necessarily a trailer. I expect we'll see a trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, but then I also am thinking we may see like an overall sizzle reel of clips from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians Volume 3. We may see something in regards to this Halloween special. We'll probably definitely get a confirmation that it's going to be Werewolf by Night, which everyone believes it will be. But that might also be shoved to D23 as well. Maybe something about the The Guardians holiday special again could be moved to D23. Maybe something about the Marvels, especially right now, would be fantastic. Just still coming off of Miss Marvel. So this would be a good time to drop some like images or quick like little bits or something. That would be fantastic. And then yes, also anything in regards to talking about mutants or X-Men.
Yep.
I believe that might also be a part of that. The animated series, the X-Men 97, I expect more of that will probably be at D23.
So things I expect a trailer, a teaser trailer at least, for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I expect maybe some kind of footage for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, probably not released to the public, probably just for the Hall H crowd, whereas the Black Panther trailer will probably be released online directly following.
Depending on what's in that trailer, I may be doing a deconstructed trailer on it.
Yeah. So you got that, which that one's going to be interesting to do a deconstructed trailer on, given we don't know what the level of involvement the character of Black Panther actually has in the movie now. So we got that. I do believe I'm hedging my bets on director and release date for Fantastic Four.
So
maybe not cast, but at least director and release date.
I was going to bring that up here in a second also. But yeah, I keep hearing like most everything in regards to Fantastic Four may be pushed to D23. I do believe there's a chance we may get like a director announcement, but the cast will be announced at D23. Just because we know that they were all in favor of John Watts being the director as of roughly around the time that Doctor Strange Mom came out. So I think they've been scrambling pretty much to get a director locked down, on board, sign on the dotted line and everything before Comic-Con. Typically you have to get a director first and then you work with that director in regards to casting. So they're very likely probably like pretty far into casting, but they just don't have the rest of it all solidified quite yet. So I believe that may get pushed to D23. But yeah, announcing a director probably could possibly be happening.
John Krasinski. So yeah, I think they'll announce the director. I think the cast probably is like last little bit of signing contracts and stuff so they can make the announcement by D23. As far as X-Men stuff goes, I don't think they're going to give us like a planned release date right now for an X-Men movie, but I think that they will make the announcement like, yes, we are full on working on X-Men. We are working towards X-Men. We're going to be starting to look at which date coming up we want to do it on and whatnot. I could see them also doing a little video clip like they did Thanos with the gauntlet. I could see them doing something like that with like silhouettes of X-Men or something like that.
That ends with like the theme.
Yeah, some kind of variation of that sort of level of a clip being shown to the crowd to generate general hype, because I think that general hype. Yeah, I think that would actually be very huge for the Comic-Con crowd.
Stop it, Garth. Just stop it. No. Okay.
No, we need a good Fantastic Four movie. Haven't had one of those really yet. I mean, a great Fantastic Four movie.
If that's the way they're going, then my suggestion would be just release that Roger Corman one from 1994, because that would be better than whatever Uwe Boll's going to come out.
True.
True. So as far as X-Men, have you seen this weird, I seriously doubt this is true. This is someone just probably trying to make up some news or whatever, but saying that the movie is going to be called The Mutants, in which the logo that's around online is the New Mutants logo, but they removed the word new from it and it just says The Mutants. Like, I kind of don't believe that. Marvel and Feige are smart enough to not make a movie called The Mutants. they're going to use the name X-Men because X-Men is what gets the butts into seats. We know what the X-Men are. That's what you would call your movie.
The closest they're getting to not including a character, the actual character superhero's name in the movie title is Wakanda Forever, which I still believe it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but Wakanda Forever is more prominently seen on imagery for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that they're going to call X-Men anything other than X-Men.
Yeah. They might have they might do something. I'm willing to bet it'd be X-Men Children of the Atom.
They're going to have a subtitle. They got to have a subtitle because they got to differentiate it title-wise from X-Men that came before.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would expect it to be something like that. X-Men Children of the Atom would be what I would probably go with just because it makes sense. But I think Garth's saying they also call Blade the Blade. That sounds so stupid. The Blade. He's just Blade. All right. I'm not the Robert Adams. He is the gentleman instead of just gentleman, but whatever.
The Blade. Yeah, no, because Spider-Man got Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Like, they gave Spider-Man subtitles to differentiate that franchise of Spider-Man from the ones that came before. They're going to do the same with X-Men again. The same reason they gave X-Men First Class, a prequel, a different subtitle to the original X-Men also, because they wanted to differentiate it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
X-Men Dark Phoenix, try number 3. Yep. Let's try it again.
I don't see Marvel touching a Dark Phoenix storyline for quite some time, if ever.
No. I am tired of the Dark Phoenix. Here's the Phoenix storyline in the comics, fantastic. One of the best comic book storylines, especially from X-Men ever. I'll put that up there with Age of Apocalypse. Great storyline. In the cartoon, they did a phenomenal job covering it. Even though some of the episodes were out of order in there. They did a really good job at doing the Phoenix storyline in cartoons. Why can't we do a good job of it in the movies? They always suck at doing the Dark Phoenix storyline. Yeah, I believe Marvel MCU is just going to be like, nope, we're not even going to try. The second we announce that, everyone's like, nah, I'm not interested anymore.
Also, speaking of X-Men, it's not directly about an announcement of any sort, but an out there prediction that I think actually might end up being true is, again, not even really directly about an announcement for San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm predicting, just everybody keep your eyes on the Marvels movie, because I have a feeling that we might see a cameo or an appearance by one Rogue in that movie. I would very much expect it.
Yeah, if they do the whole the actual origin of Rogue, which I feel like they could actually get away with now, especially since Carol Danvers has already been introduced, they could do the actual Rogue origin.
Also, are they going to turn around and make Photon a mutant too?
Yeah,
do that if they wanted to. We'll see.
Possibly.
I have a feeling that movie's going to touch on mutants a lot more, especially with someone's inclusion being in that movie.
Yeah. Then Saligo saying not crazy about it, called the Marvels. No, I'm not.
It's more than one Marvel though.
Yeah, so I would have liked the idea of calling it like Captain Marvel to the Marvels, something like that.
That's even worse because you're saying Marvel twice in the title, and then it's Marvel Studios presents Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. Come Marvel at it.
Well, what studio made this? No freaking clue.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Sony.
Yeah, apparently the Marvels. I feel like I remember hearing about this before.
I don't. This is not a complete truth. There's like a segment in the movie where probably someone's like having a dream sequence or something, and there's like some kind of like musical thing involved, and people are calling the whole thing a musical. There's no shot the movie is a musical at all.
I could do this all day. Yeah.
And that's the other thing is I don't want to see an MCU musical if all they're coming up with is Rogers.
I want to see Rogers the musical. That would be so good.
I feel like that little bit right there, not to be completely sidetracked here, but I feel like that little bit was poking fun of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
It definitely was. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it as far as like the Marvel side goes. DC. So DC, I don't believe has too much. I haven't heard of like Warner Brothers having like a huge presentation announcement, but there is a chance we'll probably get something from them. And that something will probably include trailers for Black Adam and Shazam, Fury of the Gods, or
Shazam.
Yeah.
I actually do hope we get a Shazam trailer because they've released footage to that movie already before to prior crowds. I think it was either at a DC event.
They've released it online too.
They've released it sure. So I'm expecting at this point we should have a trailer for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a trailer for that at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. And then hopefully another Black Adam trailer. Mainly, so I'm all in favor. Here's the thing. I'm kind of like of two minds of this. I hope we get a trailer for Black Panther, and I hope we get a trailer for Black Adam and for Shazam, because all of these will be fantastic to do deconstructed trailers on. What I'm hoping that we don't see, though, is a trailer for Black Panther, Black Adam, and Shazam all at once, because I don't have that kind of time. So if that's happening, very likely the first trailer that we got for Black Adam that I did the deconstructed on, that wasn't much of a trailer. It had like a little bit of story in there. There was a little bit that I was able to kind of like derive from it, try to figure out exactly what it was going to do, throw some jokes in, call it a day. But it ends very abruptly because there's probably like a good other half of that movie that they don't show us any of in the trailer. Since that trailer, we have seen that there is like a super villain in this movie that's like some red, like devil lizard looking thing. I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head. But
got it. Red devil lizard looking villain.
Mephisto. Wrong studio. But
he made it.
We didn't see that in the trailer. So they're going to release another trailer that probably will reference that other character. And I'm going to have to tie that into what I've already done and created. So we'll see how that is. This will be the first time, if we get this trailer this weekend, this will be the first time that I'm doing a deconstructed trailer off of already doing one previously. Now I got to do another one and incorporate my thoughts and ideas from the first one into the new one.
He's so excited.
I'm super excited for this because I don't know how that's going to work and how it's going to look. And it's probably going to be like a disaster and it's going to be hilarious. That's my hope and intention for it. So
to be clear, you said Mephisto's going to show up in Black Adam. So the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he was going to be in a Marvel movie.
And poof. He's gone.
He's in DC.
Yeah. We could probably like stand to not reference Kevin Spacey.
No. You know, I was referencing a character, not the actor, but you went ahead and mentioned his name.
I'm torn because I really love that movie still. Usual Suspects is so good.
It's okay to reference the movie and lines from the movie, but
anyways, so I would like to see the trailers just because as a fan, I would still like to see it. But at the same time, as someone who's wanting to make content based off of those trailers, it's going to be a lot. Yeah. But then I'm also looking like we may get some more information about the Batman 2. Like apparently it's already been announced. I guess I wasn't paying attention or something. I didn't quite hear the official announcement that they are doing a Batman 2. But maybe some more of a storyline, maybe an official announcement of who the villain is going to be.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool to see. But yeah, I think that's all we're going to really get from DC. I know they were talking about before, and we briefly talked about this on a previous tagline, that they were actively searching for a Kevin Feige-like person to come and hey, we're going to be in charge of the DC universe. Forget about it. Like, no, your guy's probably going to come in like, okay, guys, I'm here today. Let's wrestle up this DC universe and let's put this together, okay? Everyone good with that? We're okay? Everyone's cool? Copacetic? All right. Like, that's probably what we're going to end up getting just because that's their track record. Still better than Sony, though.
Oof. Well, by a small
At least
margin.
they've produced movie. Hey, they got me to somewhat enjoy an Aquaman movie, so they're on a good track record so far in my book.
Yeah. Earlier in the chat, they were talking about not really related to the Batman. But earlier in the chat, they were talking about maybe, hopefully, a Man of Steel 2 sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel sequel, Man of Steel 2, with Henry Cavill coming back. Here's the thing. Here's what I want from DC at this point. I want to end the Wonder Woman franchise at 84. I want to end the Aquaman franchise at the one that's coming out. I want the Flash movie that's coming out to be the only time we deal with Flash, and I want that movie to blow everything up. I want Henry Cavill to come back as Superman, though, because damn, that was good casting.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to see a Man of Steel 2, I think it's time to put it all to rest. I would have loved to see a Man of Steel 2. I really would have. But I think we got to... I want to see DC come in and be like, hey, Warner Bros. Comes in and goes, hey, guess what? Kind of, we're gonna redo everything. We'll have another announcement next year at next year's Comic-Con. Just let you guys know. Clean slate's coming in here pretty soon. It's gonna be okay. That would be the most hype news I could hear from Warner Brothers. Clean slate. The movie's coming out. Enjoy them. They're going to be the last iterations of those versions of those characters you're going to see.
Yeah.
That's what I want from DC. We're not probably going to get that, but it almost for a minute sounded like that's the direction Discovery was going to head in after their merger. I still want to see Henry Cavill come back as Superman, though. Just new Superman. New Superman, Henry Cavill. Boom.
Yeah, he was really good.
They can probably also finish the Batman, do the Batman trilogy, and then do a new Batman for that. But
he's probably, I'm trying to think of like all the live action Superman I've seen. He's probably my favorite. Like, of course, Christopher Reeve is the top of
Classic.
that list. Always.
he's a classic.
I mean, you could also go Steve Reeves being the classic one as well, going all the way
George
back
Reeves?
to is it George Reeves? Yeah. Blanking on names here. And then of course I would also give credit to Tom Welling. But yeah, I think Henry Cavill's probably my next favorite. And the problem is we really didn't officially see Tom Welling as Superman, so
Not really. Tom Welling was fine. Tom Welling was good as Clark Kent. He actually played Clark Kent very well.
that version of Clark Kent, yeah.
Yeah, we obviously didn't get to see him as Superman. Smallville has, I think, the best iterations of a couple of different characters, though. Best Lois to me, and best Lex.
Yeah.
I think Erica Durance as Lois was the best. I think Michael Rosenbaum as Lex was the best.
Well, so we'll clarify. Erica Durance as Lois, not as good as Margot Kidder.
I liked it better. And I know that's a lot of people be like, how dare you?
Yeah, I do prefer Margot Kidder more, but Erica Durance is closely right behind.
My response to the how dare yous out there is cope.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like Margot Kidder more, Erica Durance, than probably Terry Hatcher, if we're not including the animated voices.
Sure.
And then, yeah, I think Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum was the best Lex Luthor, not including voices. Otherwise, that's Clancy Brown. Michael Rosenbaum was the best live-action Lex Luthor we have ever had. More than Gene Hackman, more than Kevin Spacey.
And it's because he took the role of Lex seriously and wasn't a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Even the cartoon wasn't a cartoon.
Yeah.
So that should tell you. But anyway, I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna get out of DC, out of Warner Brothers here. Hopefully some more. That'd be interesting to get some more Batman news. Maybe they come out and say like the Batman 2 is going to be the Court of Owls, and they just confirm what everybody wants and is thinking. Apparently,
I don't like the Court of Owls storyline.
It works for that universe.
It will. It would, but I'm not so super excited. And I am one of those few people that I was like, I really wasn't excited about the Robert Pattinson one either. I've watched it once. I watched it in the theater. I haven't watched it since. I know it's on HBO Max, but wait,
Malcolm,
really?
I'm gonna forget that I saw this.
Really, Malcolm?
Lenny. So
I know he was Lenny in Superman 4. I'm talking about, I know he was also Lex in that
We got it.
crossover, Infinite Earth crossover.
So for Batman 2, hopefully maybe we hear some kind of story stuff. That could be interesting. Who's the villain? Probably not a cast, but who's the villain at least?
Yeah.
And then kind of go from there.
The only other thing that I know of that they're doing is apparently there's this massive panel for Amazon Prime showing off their Lord of the Rings show, The Rings of Power. Probably showing like a trailer, a clip. There's even a chance they may show the entire first episode to the Comic-Con audience. So again, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings person.
That show looks interesting.
Yeah, that might be kind of interesting depending on what exactly they're doing. If I'm correct, this is exploring like after the rings were created, before they all got like knocked down to just the one ring from the Lord of the Rings. This is like all the other rings.
This is super long time ago. I think this is way before even The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Galadriel is a younger woman here. She's not Kate Blanchett. She's younger than Kate Blanchett was in Lord of the Rings. So we're talking like super prequel because how long do elves live for? It looks interesting. Got a good budget for it, so I'm interested in the show to a degree. I might actually end up checking it out just because I've been enjoying Lord of the Rings more in recent years than I have before. Interesting to see if they do the entire first episode, because I know that's been a thing that's been happening at cons lately. Obi-Wan episode 1 and 2 got shown to the entire crowd at the Star Wars Celebration. So
I think they're doing that with Harley Quinn also. They're showing the first 2 episodes to the Comic-Con audience this weekend of season 3 of the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do that. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I think I'm going to wait on bated breath to hear how the first episode actually is. Because I don't know, because a lot of people like talk down about the Hobbit movies, but I enjoy them. I feel like the Hobbit movies are fun enough as they are. So we'll see.
It's not the response I was expecting to see from Malcolm in the chat over here. I thought Malcolm was about to like come in like in all caps. I can't believe this is going to be great. But I'm not really hyped for it.
Yeah.
It does sound like it could be interesting. I don't know. I haven't been following it, honestly, so I don't know if we've gotten a trailer already or some other kind of footage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
it looks like watch that.
It looks like Lord of the Rings. It's got a high budget quality look to it.
Is Peter Jackson involved with it still?
If he is, he's probably a producer,
but not directing it.
Okay. I don't know if he is though.
And so, yeah, Jeremy's bringing up the other thing is that's probably what they're going to do. That's probably why we don't have like too much confirmation of DC really talking about too much at Comic-Con. They may be saving most of that for fandom here in a couple of months.
And that's true too. It's possible for them to do that, just like Disney does D23. I keep wanting to say D23, D23, in which they usually show out a bunch of news about their shows and stuff as well.
But then which makes Disney Plus Day.
Yeah, which all of that makes me wonder if we see that. Plus, we had Celebration earlier this year. If we see any kind of Star Wars influence at Comic-Con at all, and I'm thinking we might, maybe minimal. I don't know if they want to show us if they're doing like a Mandalorian panel and they want to show us that Mandalorian trailer that got leaked online, or if they're going to wait till the D23 to do that, because I almost would probably wait till D23 to do that and do like more separate Celebration from D23. It's got enough time between them. Okay, we did this at Celebration. Now we can do this for the public at D23, kind of show some stuff here and release it. I think that might be the way to go. So I don't know if Star Wars gets any kind of presence at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah. So otherwise, any other announcements we think that we might hear or see at Comic-Con? I don't really have like anything saying what else is actually going to be confirmed. So starting tomorrow, I'll just go through this list of real quick of stuff I want to pick out. Starting tomorrow, apparently there is going to be a panel about the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So that will be tomorrow. Apparently there's a TV show about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur from the Marvel Comics. I don't know if this is a cartoon or if it's live action. I do remember hearing about this. I just can't remember.
That feels animated to me.
They will have a panel talking about the National Treasure show.
That makes sense. Yep.
Let's see, Friday.
And we'll make the announcement as Nicolas Cage actually is going to show up in the show, even though you thought he wasn't. He is. Haha, joke's on you all.
Maybe. Friday, I guess there is Warner Brothers Home Entertainment is doing a panel of Green Lantern Beware My Power, which is probably another animated.
Like a cartoon.
It is animated, yeah, because it's going to be about Jon Stewart, voiced by Aldous Hodge, who's playing Hawkman in the Black Adam movie. So,
hey, keep it in the family.
Yeah. Let me see what else real quick.
Lego came back in the same time I said Nick Cage.
Saturday is going to be Marvel. That's going to be the big one.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so you haven't read it yet, but I wonder if maybe not Star Wars, but we see something from Lucasfilm, and we see maybe like a sizzle reel or some kind of footage from Indy 5. So
I don't see anything on here about Star Wars or Lucasfilm having a panel. Although this website that I'm looking at doesn't explicitly have anything outlined for movies on Sunday. So there may be some other movie panel on Sunday major like that just we don't know about yet.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some kind of like footage from Indy 5.
Mm-hmm. Apparently on Saturday, there's also a panel celebrating the 30th anniversary of X-Men, the animated series. You may get possibly some updates about X-Men 97 over on that panel.
Likely.
Since that's basically what it is. And then I know that there's the other ones I know of is, so we could get some kind of talk about Top Gun 3, Sonic 3, if Paramount's going to be there.
I don't know if we get Top Gun 3.
What was the other one I was just thinking of?
Because Mission Impossible. Because if Paramount's going to be there, they're going to be hyping up Mission Impossible, if anything. So I don't think we get Top Gun 3 talk. I think we get more Mission Impossible talk. And then, of course, maybe a Sonic 3 announcement.
There should also be, apparently there's going to be an evening with Kevin Smith, which is typically like Kevin Smith doing like a talk about, usually it's like some stories like with some humor, comedy. Jason Mewes may be there with them and they do like a lot of back and forth. They could surprise people and just premiere Clerks 3 at Comic-Con. I doubt it, but they could.
When's its release date supposed to be?
Like this fall.
No.
I would say it's highly unlikely, but
it's too early.
I mean, it would just be weird. I know there's also a panel sometime at some point talking about season 2 of the Chucky TV show.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting to see as well.
And then what Garth mentioned here, Koi is hosting a panel about the Berserker movie based on the comics, and creator Keanu Reeves will be there. So that could be interesting.
That should be breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
Yeah, I am.
Anyways, that looks like that's roughly about everything. Yeah, I don't see anything else that's going to be massively major. But yeah, that's all I'm expecting out of.
Last other thing. If we do Indy 5, that might happen at like a Disney kind of showcase outside of Marvel. And if that's the case, if it's not like a Lucasfilm specific, if it's more like a Disney thing and they don't want to hold these off to D23, then we could probably hear some more about Avatar. The next Avatar movie. That could happen too. But I also could see them holding that off till D23.
Yeah, and that's the thing to play into this is D23 is going to be at the very beginning of September. So we're at the end of July. There's a little more than an entire month to go without any other further news or announcements for the most part. So I don't know how much this will get pushed back. I feel like that talking about Indy 5 is something that should be done fairly soon. But I don't know if they would push it for a whole nother month again. But
yeah,
anyways, that looks like that's going to be it. So, of course,
Malcolm says, can we get something more about the World Series coming? I think that one's going to be at D23 also.
Yeah, that'll probably be D23. I don't know when that's supposed to be coming out. That sounds like something that's either going to be D23 or Disney Plus Day. Again, Disney Plus Day, I believe, is probably going to be like November, so that's pushing it even further. So it just depends on when the release dates are for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's everything that I feel like that could possibly be talked about or announced. So tagline of next week will be everything to actually talk about. And then we're going to go through probably some of this. Again, if trailers are released, we'll probably do trailer reactions, depending on what's in the trailer. If there's like enough meat in there for me to deconstruct it, I will do that as well.
Notating if they release trailers Saturday night, we will probably end up getting to them either late Saturday night or we'll get to them on Sunday because I will not be home on Saturday. I will be working.
Yeah, possibly. Or I might do them by myself, which will probably still be like later at night.
Nobody wants that. They want my face.
Well, say that to the Halloween Ends trailer from last night.
Nobody wants my opinion on Halloween.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that too. You're like, well, this looks like a Halloween movie, so
Hey,
that's watchable.
That's that Michael guy, right? He's wearing the mask from, is that Kirk?
Yeah. So I'm surprised you know that. That's pretty good.
I heard it so many times.
It's pretty common sense. Anyway, so yeah, next week tagline will probably cover like some of the stuff that they did announce at Comic-Con, plus whatever other movie news is announced. And then, of course, we've got the marquee is going to be that Saturday, the 30th at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. It is the MCU finals. So that will be coming up. And then I believe after that, we are looking at taking a summer break for about 2 weeks or so.
Yep.
We may still do trailer reactions if trailers pop up. I may still work on deconstructed trailers as they come as well. But yeah,
during that time, yeah.
But yeah, that's probably going to be a good 2 weeks. So there will be at least the first 2 Wednesdays after the 30th. There won't be any tagline. We'll be taking a break from that. But yeah, that's what we're looking at as far as coming up. We will let y'all know about the Patreon stuff like the movie watch along, the trivia hangout. More information about that to come as we get closer into August.
And we'll likely post it in the Discord as well. So if you are not a patron of us, patreon.com/cinefanatics, you can jump on there. You can be part of our Discord, and so you'll get all that information as to when it's coming.
Yes. We do also have plans for another new type of show on this channel that I think is going to be a lot of fun. I am eager to be doing this. Here's the I'll give a tease for this. It's kind of an idea that you would think if you're running a movie YouTube channel, you should have been doing this like from day one. We're going to do it now on day, like how many days has this been now? 1,643.
Sounds good. Like that. I don't feel like doing math. I'll go with it.
So yeah, this will be a fun type of show that I can't wait to do. Nice little hint on it. We are in the process of redoing our main set that you've been used to seeing us on, not the StreamYard setup.
I will state that some furniture has been moved in our apartment
already. Yeah. We've already been moving furniture. So yeah, walls are being redone and stuff. So yeah, I'm eagerly excited for this. So, yeah, that's
now's the time to hop on that Patreon if you want to support us, because we need some support.
Because there's a couple other things we need to do to make sure this is ready to go. So patreon.com, Streamlabs, if you feel like a one-time type of thing, That is always fun and always open. You could donate to Streamlabs outside of us streaming. We don't have to be streaming for the Streamlabs to be donated to.
It's definitely more fun when we're live, though, because
it is more fun, so we can say, hey, thank you. But anyways, that is going to do it for the show tonight. Again, after this show is over, here we got roughly about an hour or so. I will be heading over to a Fans View YouTube channel. We will be doing a Fans View of film favorites, watching Gremlins. So come join us over there, continuing that Christmas in July. That should be fun. And then, yeah, I think that's about it.
No, Malcolm, that's the first 2 weeks of August. The Cinefanatics will be down for the first 2 weeks of August.
It's the Cinefanatics down. Mm-hmm.
That's our.
That just rolls right off the tongue.
That's our little break. We're not going to be live. Okay. All right.
Cool. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight, and Chris is probably going to go do something else.
I might watch along. I haven't decided yet. I haven't seen Gremlins, so
it
depends on whether or not I want to hear y'all's chatter while I watch that movie or not.
It should be okay. Anyways, make sure you follow us at Cinefanatics MLP, Twitter and Instagram. And you can follow me personally at Robert Adams MLP, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I think I just released my list of ranking the Nightmare on Elm Street series. So that should be up and live for y'all to see over there. Malcolm is having a fit you've never seen Gremlins? Yeah.
Malcolm, let me tell you about some other movies I haven't seen. If you think you want to shout at Gremlins, you might want to reserve the caps lock for a couple other titles.
Anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on. Chris, where can they follow you at?
At Chris Adams MLP on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, as well as twitch.tv/Chris Adams MLP, where we're playing games and having some fun and stuff over there. No stream this Saturday. We'll be doing a stream on Sunday, so tune in.
And Sunday's going to be that family game night with the Jackbox and the laughing till we're crying type of thing. And
yes.
So, yeah, those are always fun. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being here. We very much appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing on social media. Anytime we do anything, thank you for all of your support for that. That's going to do it for tonight. We will see y'all at some point, I believe. We'll see you tomorrow night with our review, our spoiler-free review for Nope. That'll be up on the Twitters and on here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.